Hey guys, it's Bassima, Certified Life and Productivity Coach. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you why I love time blocking and how to get started as a beginner. The first benefit of time blocking is that you're going to know what it is that you're working on and when it is that you're working on it. This helps you avoid all priority shifts, meaning getting distracted by different things that might come up through your day, and take away any lack of clarity that you might be having. The next benefit is that you're going to get a great idea of how long tasks actually take you. And as a new freelancer or entrepreneur, this is going to be super helpful for you because maybe you haven't done many of the tasks that you're trying to tackle at the moment, and so you're either being over ambitious with time or under ambitious. And time blocking can really give you a realistic picture. The third benefit, and probably my favorite, is that you will have flexibility within your schedule. So you get to design your schedule the way you want. So if you want to do more work or less work, that's completely up to you. And if you want to schedule in breaks after work tasks like content creation, prospecting, emailing, meetings, then you get to do so without any of the guilt. The fourth benefit of time blocking is that you're setting commitments to yourself and to your freelancing or your business. And since you know exactly what it is that you're working on and when it is that you're working on it, it really removes as many excuses as possible as to why you wouldn't complete the task. So this really increases your chance of follow through, and it also helps you set boundaries because you can pretty much judge objectively if something does come up throughout your day, if it's more important or less important than the task that you assigned for yourself. And then if it is less important, you can go ahead and say no to that and just stay on your schedule. The last benefit is that it's going to allow you to actually get into the flow of your work. This is especially helpful if you're currently feeling like you're low on motivation or it's very difficult for you to get focused. Then time blocking is definitely going to help you have enough time to actually get focused enough on the task and really feel immersed in it. The ultimate combination would be to combine time blocking with task batching. So I did do a video previously on task batching. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll link it above and you can check it out. The combination of doing tasks with the same function and the same time block is really going to help you complete as much work as possible within that time block. If you're new to this channel and you want to see more videos related to time management, productivity, and self-discipline for new freelancers and entrepreneurs, then I'll leave down below the playlist to this series, which is productivity tips for new freelancers and entrepreneurs. You can also grab your free copy to how to plan a super productive weekly schedule down below in the description box as well. So there are two things that you want to think about before you actually even start time blocking your schedule. First is consistency, and second of all, it's going to be to make your schedule fun. So let's look at consistency. You really want to ask yourself while you're time blocking if your tasks feel realistic and achievable. And if they're not, what can you move around, change, eliminate in order to make it more realistic and achievable? This is way more important than over ambitiousness because you really want to maintain some type of consistency to be able to have enough time to see the results that you want. Next, you want to think about your mindset when it comes to time management, productivity, and self-discipline. Oftentimes, many of us associate time management, productivity, or self-discipline with tasks that are very out of our comfort zone, difficult, challenging, maybe energy draining, time consuming. And so there's a lot of resistance that comes up. No one wants to consistently be doing things that they don't enjoy, don't like, that they consider very difficult. Really try to approach your schedule with a sense of playfulness, some fun. Really think, how is it that you can either make your tasks more enjoyable or your scheduling and your planning more enjoyable? Now, keeping this in mind, let's jump into how I approach scheduling and planning as a new freelancer entrepreneur. And you're going to notice that I really did try to keep it super simple. So let me take you over to my computer right now and get into the tutorial. At the beginning of your journey, your schedule probably won't change too much. It's going to be easy to modify. Because of this reason, I did like to make my schedule in Excel. I could have it easily open all day long, so I wasn't using Google Calendar or any of that. I also didn't have any notifications popping up or anything that would potentially distract me. First thing that you want to do is figure out what your weekly goals are. So I like to put them on top so that it's very much the first thing that I see when opening my schedule. And I do like to have them in red. So as I go along throughout the week, then I'll flip them to green, and I just like the process. It makes it super fun, and I enjoy knowing whether I'm on track for my goals or not. This is what's going to allow you to actually break down your tasks and figure out what it is that you have to do so that you can actually reach those weekly goals. From there, I break down my day from start time to my end time in 30-minute chunks. Now, I like to use 30 minutes because I do like the option of sometimes working with the Pomodoro timer. I did do a video on how to focus on difficult tasks where I talk about which timer I actually like to use. So this is great if you are working on something that might need extra focus, and it just makes your schedule more convenient, breaking it down into those 30-minute chunks and then using the app whenever you need to. Now that I know my weekly goals, I'm able to schedule out my days based on the results that I need to achieve my weekly goals. I have found through trial and error that this works better for me than just assigning to-dos. That way you know exactly what it is that you want to accomplish in that work session, and it just gives you that extra kick in the booty to get motivated and actually get it done. Now, again, when I'm creating my schedule, I'm consistently asking myself if the results I'm assigning for the day are realistic and achievable. So if you realize here that maybe they're not so realistic and achievable for you, maybe you've scheduled in too many tasks, or maybe the tasks are too big that you're working on and you can break them down a little more, this is really going to help keep you in check in terms of what is actually achievable for you day in, day out, so that you can reach that consistency. This is also going to really help keep you motivated, because you're going to know that you did accomplish what it is that you had to do for the day. You're going to get excited to tackle your tasks again the next day. Now, the next step that I like to do here when I'm thinking of time blocking is I like to combine it with task batching. So as you can see within my schedule, I do have certain time slots where I'm doing one task for that entire time slot, and that's going to cover me for the entire week. So some of my tasks aren't repeated because I am doing task batching. So once again, I'll link to my other video if you haven't checked that out. And I do schedule in my challenging tasks during times where I'm full of energy and motivated. So you can see for me, I'm generally a morning person. So most of these tasks are gonna fall earlier on in the day. And then things like cleaning, emails, my part-time job don't require as much brain power from me. And I'm usually more lower on energy then, so I'll schedule those out later on in the day. Now within your schedule, you can also include things like mentorship, exercise, rewards, errands, to really be able to get a full picture of your schedule and feel like you are working with a realistic schedule for yourself. One thing I definitely suggest is I love to add in rewards for completing certain tasks. So for example, if I completed something that I thought was out of my comfort zone and I did it within that time block, I do like to reward myself with something that's outside of work that I have to look forward to. It could be baking, watching something on Netflix, talking to a friend, whatever it is that makes you happy that you begin to include in your schedule. Again, here, the point of this is to make your scheduling as enjoyable as possible, and know that your schedule doesn't just consist of work and maybe challenging tasks that you're dreading, but also consisting of things that are super enjoyable and fun for you. So these are my tips when it comes to time blocking and keeping it very simple, especially when you're starting out as a new freelancer entrepreneur. I do recommend having those weekly reflections where you review what worked well for you, what might need changing, so that you can consistently tweak your schedule until it's something that you actually really do enjoy for yourself. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you're looking for more tips to help you start planning out a super productive weekly schedule, you can grab my free copy down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have yourself a happy, healthy, and productive week.